ready to take the step. I wonder if you've ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. What if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, where your dreams and future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious and if you catch it, you just might change the world, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown and where your story can be written and change the course of history. This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the SWU Sports Network as the SWU men's basketball team faces Barton College in their last home game of the season. Starting off for Barton College is number 2, Donovan Hairstone, number 3, Marcus Boykin, number 4, Trayvon Spencer, number 23, Reese McDonald, and number 35, Miguel Shaw. Starting off for the Warriors, number 1, Bryson Felder, number 4, Rayvon Allen, number 5, Griffin Effenberger, number 21, Dyron Brown, and number 32, Jamal Edmondson. SWU's going to start off in possession. Allen's going to look and he's going to find Effenberger. Effenberger's going to try to make something happen. He's going to look into the corner, find Brown. Brown's going to try to push up, double teamed. He's going to find Effenberger in the back. And Effenberger's going to try to do something, but unfortunately that's going to be a hit over and he's not going to get it. And starting off scoring will be Barton College. And more specifically, number 2, Donovan Hairstone will be starting it off. And they will come back down. They'll look into the corner. Marcus Boykin tries to put it up, and he's not going to get that. Rayvon Allen's going to come down and start off scoring for SWU, making it 3-2. And Boykin's still trying to drive it up. Effenberger defending. He's going to look over. He's going to find Shaw. Spencer's going to try to push in, but he's going to, in the process, draw a foul off of hitting Effenberger down. Edmondson's going to look in to take it back in for the Warriors. He's going to look at Effenberger. They're going to try to get a play formulated here. Guarding Effenberger at the top of the key is going to be Hairstone. And Effenberger is going to look back in for it. Hairstone staying on him. He's going to find Felder in the corner. And Felder's going to go up for it, drawing the foul and making it. Along with the points, it's going to be 4-3. SWU will start with the first lead of the game. And Felder will also go up to the line for 2. And excuse me, that'll be 1. He'll go up 5-3, 2-point lead for the Warriors now. And Donald's going to come back down. Look into the corner for Boykin. Boykin's going to go over, and Dyron Brown's going to have the hands up, and all 3 Warriors are looking for someone to get it and running away, and no one gets the rebound. Tied at 5s. And back down with SWU. Edmondson's going to take it down. He's going to look for Brown. Edmondson's tried to run inside the pocket, not able to get it. Effenberger with it now. Edmondson down in the pocket. And the ref is going to call it. That ball will go back over into the Bulldog possession. Reese McDonald, a 6'2 guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina, is going to be bringing it back in. He's going to look over and find Shaw. Effenberger is going to take point on McDonald. He's going to look back over for Shaw. Look over on the side for Spencer. Quick play getting it over to McDonald. And Shaw's going to go forward, and a quick almost through the arms. Not able to convert on that. 5 still. Effenberger's going to take it back down, try to get the Warriors a quick lead. He's going to push it over, and it's going to be released back over to Shaw. And Shaw's going to try to get it in. He's going to find on the corner Spencer. Back to Boykin. Boykin's going to get it up. He's going to pop over to Shaw really quick, and that's going to give him a 7-5 2-point lead. Still 16 minutes, so obviously plenty of time to go. Effenberger's going to try to take it back down. SWU's going to need to start getting in a group quickly unless they want the Bulldogs to take it over. And putting them in that group will be number 4, Rayvon Allen out of Columbia, South Carolina. He has been on fire this season. More so recently after coming out, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 weeks ago in the game and dropping some massive dunks. But he'll be coming back up and he'll pop the Warriors into a better starting place. 9-8 now, and they're going to look up top for Rayvon Allen again. Unfortunately, he cannot get to the ball in time before that's played out of bounds. The Bulldogs are going to be coming back up really quick on a counterattack. They're going to look at the Hairstone. Hairstone's going to push up, lose possession for a second, but regain it. McDonald's going to come back up, push up over Rayvon Allen, and he's going to hit it in for 11-8. Warriors are going to try to slow the pace down of this game just a little bit. Effenberger's going to try to get a play going. Felder's going to come up with it around the top. Over to Rayvon. And Edmondson's going to be at the top now looking in for Brown. And Brown's going to try to score. She's going to roll off the outside right of the rim. And Hairstone's going to go for another one, and he will not receive. Instead, it'll go back over to Edmondson. SWU back in possession. Edmondson's going to try to go back up, heavily guarded by McDonald, but able to get back. Felder's going to try to push it on the inside now, almost going out inside, but saving the ball, and the ref's going to call it out back over to Barton College off of Brown. And the crowd not happy with that call, and the Warriors will be calling a timeout, and with that timeout, we will also take a timeout, and we'll be right back. 15:21 left, 11-8, Warriors down by 3.
Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University. This is it.
Welcome back to the SWU Sports Network. After that timeout, Barton College is going to come back into play. McDonald, he's going to look over to Boykin, and Boykin's going to pop it up for two. 13-8. Effenberger carrying it back down again. He's going to try to set something up. And Hairstone on him. Still, he's going to find Brown. Felder's going to pop it up for three, and that'll be off the side of the rim, not able to go in, back in with McDonald. McDonald going to try to push it up past Effenberger. He's going to look over to Hairstone, who's going to be right behind him, and that's going to be in too. That's 15-8. Barton's trying to play his fast-paced game, and SWU's trying to slow it down, just not able to work in their favor right now. And after that, Shaw trying to steal it out from Effenberger, almost gets through, and Bryson Felder's going to take matters into his own hands, and he's going to pop that up. 10-15, 5 points off for the Warriors. And McDonald back. Spencer looking over to Hairston, and he's going to pop that in. 17-10. Warriors now down by 7. Warriors have to get a momentum going if they want to try to turn this game around. Looks like on the side in front of the floor table is Marcus Long, number 3. Surprising to not start, but it looks like he may be coming in a little bit. And Dyron Brown going down, but he'll take the 2 points with him. 17-12. And Hairstone's going to look over to find McDonald, and McDonald is not going to be able to get it. Effenberger looking back into Edmondson. Edmondson's going to try to push it up, and that's going to be blocked by Spencer, looking for the call, but he's not going to get it. Hairston trying to push it in past Allen and Effenberger, and he'll get it. 19-12. And Effenberger tries to get the screen set up from Brown, not able to find it, and hits Barton College. Trayvon Spencer in the head trying to get it to go out, but that's not going to miss it. And he goes up for the dunk, and he also misses it. Maybe a little after effect of the hit, but Rayvon Allen's going to try to pull up for a quick two, and he's going to get it. 19-14, SWU slowly starting to gain that confidence that they so desperately need. 12:30 left, 19-14. And McDonald's going to try to push it up here. Allen keeping hard. Hairstone's going to go for 3, and that's going to go off the back of the rim. Quick look pass from Shaw. Back over to Hairston, but unfortunately not able to get it again. Looks like Brown may have gotten some type of interference to his jaw, but still continuing to play. Edmondson up at the top of the key. He's going to look back and give it over to Effenberger. Brown trying to look in. He's going to find Felder. Felder's going to try to pass his way around. Double team. The ref's going to call the foul. And Hairstone accepts it. That'll send Felder to the line. Looks like Allen's trying to, or looks like a little mix-up between Allen and Spencer. But they're going to call that off really quick, not trying to have any problems here. And with that, we'll go to a timeout. 14-19, SWU down, 11:53 in the first period. We'll be back.
Wake up and focus. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University.
Welcome back into the SWU Sports Network. We left off 19-14, 11:53 with Bryson Felder going up on the line for two. Now, I'm sorry if there was a mispronunciation for number 2 of Barton College, Donovan Hurston. And Felder goes up, and the ball goes right back down, 19-15. Making it 4 points away for SWU. With this, he can make it a close game. And he goes up for the second one, and it goes in too. 19-16, SWU down by 3. Quick turnaround potentially for SWU if they can go ahead and play some hard defense here. And introducing himself to the game is number 22, Samuel Limehouse, a 5'6" guard out of Greenville, South Carolina. Unfortunately, with Bryson Felder's free throws, that is still not going to help them out as score goes up 21-16. Limehouse going to be looking over. He's going to find Brown. Allen. Back over to Limehouse. He's going to looking for Allen. That's going to be hit out by Hurston. And that'll keep ball in possession for SWU. And they're on attacking zone. Limehouse going to be taking it out for SWU. And he's going to try to look over, and he's going to look to the far back. He's going to connect with Rayvon Allen. Shot clock at 2, and he's going to try to drive up by himself, and he's going to get it. And the crowd goes wild on that one. Very happy with that. 21-18, and he's also going to go to the line for 2. With this, he could potentially put SWU at a 1-point deficit. Or, excuse me, the ref is only going to be calling that for 1. So that'll be at a 2-point deficit if he makes it. All right, 3-point. And he'll go up for 1. And unfortunately, he will not get that in the way that he wants it to. 21-18 remains the score. Reams, he's going to look over to Hurston. Nielsen. Now McDonald with him. McDonald's going to try to push up on Long under Brown. That's not going to go out. But Roma's going to get the rebound. And he'll go to the line. Until converted, 24-18. Limehouse is going to be taken out. And along with, he's going to find Brown. Edmondson up at the top. Samuel Limehouse coming in for it. And that ball is going to be called in possession to Barton. It's going to be taken out by McDonald, looking over to Reams. Reams going to push up, or he's going to look for McDonald to Hurston. And the screen set up by Kroom. And the foul is going to be called. It's going to go back over into SWU possession. And Edmondson's going to be taking it down on their attacking side. He's going to look over to find Limehouse. He's going to find Limehouse in the back. Limehouse is being guarded by Reams. Not a problem, though. He's going to look for Brown inside the box. Brown looks over for Allen, and that ball goes out back in to the Bulldog possession. SWU looking to try to get some momentum going, but Barton College is in control. And McDonald goes up for a close 3. And he's not going to get it. And going down on the play will be Kroom. And that'll be 2 for Kroom. And his first one will be good, 25-18. Has the potential to kick their lead up to 8 if he makes this next one, or it'll stay at 7. And he'll be going with the 8 option, 26-18. And Effenberger's going to bring it up, guarded by Hairston. He's going to find Brown. Edmondson getting held by Sean Nelson. And Edmondson not happy about that. Some words being exchanged between them, making sure that nothing goes down. And Bryson Felder will come back into the game. Going off will be Dyron Brown. Long will pass it in. He's going to look for Effenberger. Effenberger at the side of the key. He's going to look up to the top. Find Rayvon Allen. And Bryson Felder's going to go for 3, and he will get that one. 5 points down for SWU now. Hairston sees an open opportunity as the SWU defense is nowhere to be found. And that'll go 28-21. 7-point lead resurrected for the Bulldogs. And Marcus Long going to try to find something. He's going to look over to Bryson Felder, and Bryson Felder almost getting the second one, but that'll go off the backboard. And here comes Hairston again. He'll come up for a pull-up too. He's going to get it again, 30-21. And that is going to be the time. Head coach Brian Hewitt is going to call a timeout. Definitely not what he is looking for right now. Currently, with the amount of time that's gone by, team lead, Barton College has currently been in the lead for 8 minutes and 47 seconds. SWU's going to want to try to turn that one around as they've only been in possession for max of 40 seconds. Overall, looking into everything, Donovan Hairston, who has been pulling up with anything imaginable and it going in, currently leading the team with 15, as Bryson Felder is about 5 points behind him with 10. Following on him is Marcus Boykin and Carson Kroom with 6 and 5. Rayvon Allen and Dyron Brown with 9 and 2. Effenberger's going to go ahead and pull back up. And Long's going to look over to Allen, back over to Effenberger. And Bryson Felder's going to try to push it in with his own with an extended right arm, and he's going to get it 30-23. And Tierson's going to try to look at it. SWU defense trying to stay on top of their game now. And they're going to look over into the corner. A 3 coming out from Nelson. And it's going to hit off the inside of the rim and come back out. Back over into SWU possession. Long taking it out. And Effenberger's going to bring it back up. He's going to look for Allen, back to Long. And right back to the original square one of Effenberger. Evanson's going to try to do something. Loses control of the ball, but regains it almost as he goes into an immediate double team. Effenberger, 9 seconds on the clock. He's going to pull up for a 3, and it's going to go in 26-30. SWU only down by 4. And foul's going to be called. Effenberger looking around, not exactly knowing what is going on as we do in the box. And that'll be, if I'm not mistaken, a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 30-26, 7:33 left to go in the first period of play. We'll be right back here on the SWU Sports Network. Stay with us.
Long weekends, we spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
And welcome back on in here to the SWU Sports Network. That foul was called. Sean Nelson will go up to the line. 30-26. 2 points. Put this at a 32-26 lead, and he'll go for the first one. That'll hit off the front of the rim. And he'll go with his second chance, try to make him 1 for 2. And he'll go for second chance. That'll make it 31-26 is the score. With all stats in mind, Barton College currently sitting at 4th seed on the table for men's basketball, 13-5, 15-10 overall. And looking down at SWU, 5-13, 5-21 overall. So almost a switch-swap score of 13-5 to 5-13. Barton College would be coming out of this 14-5, or SWU will come out of this 6-13. So we will see which one that is. 33-26 with 6:57 left. Effenberger going to come up to the top of the key. He's going to look inside for Edmondson. That's going to be a little bit too high. And Dyron Brown and Samuel Limehouse will come in. And coming off will be Jamal Edmondson and Griffin Effenberger. Reams is going to be taking up the court. He'll be met by Limehouse at the top of the key. And Shaw will go for 3, not able to get that. Rebound, toppling all over the place, but initially the final rebound will come in from Sean Nelson, who will pop it up for 2, 35-26, 9-point lead. And Marcus Long is going to be looking over. He's going to look at Samuel Limehouse. And he's going to try to back up, get something started. 9 seconds on the clock. And Marcus Long is going to try to put up with 3 seconds left. He's going to find Rayvon Allen on the side. And that ball gets stuck on top of the net. An interesting circumstance there. And Caleb Reeves is going to try to get it off. And if only that ball would have gone in, they might have counted that for points. That ball will go back to the bench as everyone's getting a good laugh out of that. Back in possession is going to be Reams. He's going to look over. He's going to find Kirkendall. And Anderson's going to try to bring that in. They're going to call that as a foul. Don't exactly know about that one, but ref's call stands. And Hewitt wants to have a little chat with the ref, and he's going to be like, okay. And that'll be Dwayne Anderson sent to the line. First one goes up, and that'll be right through the net, 36-26. Exactly 10 points now with SWU. This could potentially put them up by 11. And here's his second attempt, and he will go 2 for 2 on that one, 37-26. Long's going to pass it back in. He's going to look over, and he's going to find Limehouse. And Long is going to try to push him with that one. And that he will almost do. He almost gets there, and he's going to pull up with a fadeaway, too. That's not going to make it. 37-26 remains. Nelson's going to push in. He's going to look back and find Anderson. Anderson over to Shaw. Shaw's going to push in, and that's going to be a 2, 39-26, as they are slowly drifting away with the lead here. 5:23 left in the first period of play. Limehouse is going to try to push up. He's going to look over, find Brown. And he's going to do a quick 1-2 back over to Limehouse. And Long's going to pull up with a 3. That's going to go out the hands of Nelson and not going to get to where he wants it. Anderson's going to try to push in. And that ball's going to be stripped from him. He's going to look over to Felder. Raven Allen tries to go in for it, a hard hit on the floor, and the ref will call that, and it looks like he will be going to the line as well. Going to the line for 2, signaled by the ref. And here's his first attempt. And that'll go in, 27-39. And we'll have some quick switches. Edmondson will be coming on for long. And looks like Hairston, McDonald, and Spencer will be coming off of the Bulldogs bench. Allen going in for his second attempt. And he'll go 2 for 2 on that try, 28-39, cutting the deficit to now 11. 4:50 left to go. Warriors going to try to do as much as they can on defense and try to get this game back to where they want it to. Limehouse making some quick shift changes. Staying on as much as he can. And game getting a little rowdy here as Felder accidentally almost tripped. Definitely did not look intentional, but the Bulldogs tried to call it that way. Ref will settle it, and Anderson will go for 2. First attempt going, that'll go right through, 40-28. And he'll go up for it, and that's 41-28 now. Warriors not only this half, but in the second half will definitely have a lot of work to do. Warriors trying to speed up the pace a little bit and get things going their way. Bulldogs currently at a 13-point lead over SWU. Limehouse, whether he's going to try to play under him, he's going to stay within possession. And Limehouse looks like he may be going to the line. And he will be going to the line. Edmondson's going to come back, talk to Hewitt. And that is indeed looks like 2 points. And he goes up for his first, and that's going to go off the backboard. And the ball's called back into play. A little bit of confusion for everyone. But Barton College will take it out. Hairston's going to go in for it. He's going to pop up a fadeaway too. Not able to get it off the front of the rim. Back over to Edmondson for SWU. And Felder's going to do a quick toss around with SWU, and they're going to find Limehouse back over to Edmondson. And ball stripped away, and Hairston thinks that it's on the Bulldogs, and the ref says no, it is going back to SWU. And head coach Ron Levins not happy with the call, and he's going to call a timeout. 27th season at Barton. Just when you think that someone has been at a college for a while, just like our very own John Davis, 13 seasons with the SWU women's basketball team. Ron Levins pulls up from the Bulldogs and said, nope, I've got 27 seasons at Barton. Don't know if I've seen one bigger than that in D2 college basketball, but we will be right back after a brief break. You're watching SWU Sports Network, 343, 41-28.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Welcome back in. SWU in possession. Edmonds is going to look far out. He's going to find Allen. And Allen's going to try to push up with limited time on the clock, not able to get it. Warriors scrambling back to get on defense. Kirschen's going to look over to Shaw. Back over to Hairston. He's going to try to push it in and come out with a fadeaway. He'll get that, plus the foul call. 43, or excuse me, he may not get those points. Yes, so 43-28. And he'll go for one, making it 44-28. Currently, Hairston is the top scorer for the Bulldogs with 19 points, followed by Boykin and Kroom with 6 and 5. Bryson Felder still remaining the top scorer for the Warriors with a total of 12 points, but closely followed by Allen with 11 and Effenberger at the bottom with 3. Allen potentially able to pass Felder off of this. Looks like he'll get 2 attempts. He'll go up for the first. And no problem for Allen as he'll make it 44-29. And he's not going to be able to get the next one. Score remains 44-29. Barton will come back and play with it. Nelson's going to look over to Hairston. And he's going to find Anderson. Back over to Nelson. And Anderson tries to go into the box. He'll get it. 46-29. 2:40 left to go. And Effenberger's going to go with a far out 3, and he'll convert 32-46. While, yes, the Warriors have not looked the greatest in the first half, still plenty of time to make some change and making sure to continue the scoring front. Effenberger going to come back down here. He's going to try to make something happen. He's going to pop it over to Brown. Brown looking in the inside. Edmondson comes back out to the 3. And that ball stripped, and it's a foul. And number 35, Miguel Shaw, not happy with that call at all, bunting the ball all the way to the other side of the court and back. And with that, 46-32, 1:57. We'll take a quick 15-second break, and we'll be right back on the SWU Sports Network.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
And welcome back in. Dyron Brown goes up for his first attempt, and that's good. He is currently 1 for 2. We'll make it 2 for 2 right here. Yes, he will. 34-46, bringing it down to 12-point deficit for the Warriors. 1:57 left. And next up will be Jamal Edmondson. We're just kind of trading off free throws now. And standing by to see what he'll get. He'll get 2 attempts. This potentially takes the Warriors back into a 10-point deficit. And he goes up for 1. No problem at all for him. He's 1 for 2 now. Can he go 2 for 2? And he goes up and he says 2 for 2, no problem. 10-point deficit, 157 left for SWU. And bringing it up will be McDonald. McDonald's going to look over to Anderson. Anderson toppling. Resurrecting. Hairston going up for a little slide. But McDonald able to come back in, and he'll make it a 12-point game again. And Edmondson goes for a far-out three, turns to the audience and says, don't you lose hope, we are still in this. 48-39. SWU now down by 9. A long three coming out. And Dyron Brown saving it, but unfortunately giving a rebound back over. And the ref's going to call it. And Dyron Brown is going to go down along with Carson Kroom. And Effenberger saying that was not what you think it is. But unfortunately the call is going to stand. And Kroom is going to go to the line. And Coach Hewitt's talking to the referee. And now the ref having a talk with the players. Something you don't see very often. But here comes Kroom for his first attempt. He'll go up, and it'll hit off the front of the net. Crowd very happy with that outcome. Currently 0 for 2. He'll have the chance to make it 1 for 2 right here. And he won't be able to convert for either. 0 for 2. Anderson tries to go in for it with Brown, but Brown ultimately getting the call, and that'll go back into Warrior possession. Down at the far end. Or excuse me, that'll actually be a foul called on the Bulldogs, and Brown will be able to go to the line and potentially make this game even closer for SWU with only 1:15 on the clock. Goes up for the first attempt, and unfortunately it does not give him the magic that he was hoping for. 48-39, score remains. Could potentially take it down to 8 with this one, and unfortunately the score is going to remain at 9. 1:10 left. And Tierston with a far out three, and he's going to call it on Effenberger again. Effenberger is just getting every call possible in the book tonight. So Hurston will be sent up to the line again. And he'll go up, and he'll have no problem with that one. 49-39, putting the Bulldogs back up to 10. Can make it 11 with this next one. And he will do just that, and a timeout called for Barton. 58.5 left in the first half. 50-39. We'll be right back after a brief break. Stay with us. Welcome back in. Sorry for the delayed enter. Had a brief case of the hiccups that we had to take care of. Well, you just saw Edmondson go for his first of 2 chances, 50-40, 10 points now. Potentially take this lead back to 9 with 48.5 left in the first half. And he goes up and no problem for him. 50-41. Warriors will have about 10 to 12 seconds after Barton's attempt here. And Hurston's going to ride up on that, and he's going to make it 52-41, and he'll go back to the line again. Currently still leading his team. He's got 22 points on the night and can bring it back up to 23 or 24 in the next few moments. And excuse me, it'll just be 1, so he will get 23. (53-41) with 32 seconds. Felder with it now trying to push it in. He's going to look in the back to Allen. Allen's going to try to push it up. And Allen will be awarded the spot on the line as Effenberger and Hewitt having some disagreements right now. Not happy about it. 21.4 seconds. Allen with the potential now to bring this score back to 10, which for the most part has been the story of the night, as the Warriors have been behind by 10 a good amount. But on the bright side, looking at that, they have still been able to maintain scoring and a good amount of defense as well going along with that. And he'll make the first without any problem. And that was my mistake. It'll only be the 1 of 10. 43-53, now back at 10. 21.4 seconds for the Bulldogs to either get another score and potentially give SWU the ball back, or to run out the time here. Reams is going to bring the ball in past center court. And trying to push that up is going to be Anderson. And Hewitt immediately looks at the referee and saying that is our ball, but the referee's choice still stands. And 7.2 seconds for the Bulldogs to try to do something. Kirkendall is going to try to pull up for a 3, and he's not going to be able to get it. And it looks like another foul should have been called on that, but they're not going to call it, I don't think, with 0.7 seconds left. Or they will call it a foul with the Bulldogs back in possession. 0.7 seconds for SWU to only be down by 3, and he goes up for it, and that'll be off the back, and that'll be the game. So we'll be back here in about 15 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching SWU Sports Network. Conference Carolinas 53-43. Bulldogs lead. SWU down by 10.
I started playing lacrosse because I wanted to try something new. I'm originally from Bolivia, and our main sport is soccer. So when I got to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swim and I wanna do something else. I never thought that I would be where I am right now. My past 3 years here, my teammates have been my best friends, I think. Right now we're a small team, and the best thing we can do is get to know each other more than just we're players. My major is recreations and sports management, and I have a minor in media and communications. What keeps me in sports management is Dr. Joe Crosby. He's being such a big figure into my life, like same with Dr. Knight. Minoring in media and communication has been a blessing for me because I think if I ever needed anything, I can talk to either of them. They're more like family than just professors. You never know where the Lord is gonna take you. It's just crazy to think that I'm a senior in college playing lacrosse.
into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
I started playing lacrosse because I wanted to try something new. I'm originally from Bolivia and our main sport is soccer. So when I got to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swim and I wanna do something else. I never thought that I would be where I am right now. My past 3 years here, my teammates have been my best friends, I think. Right now we're a small team and the best thing we can do is get to know each other more than just we're players. My major is recreations and sports management, and I have a minor in media and communications. What keeps me in sports management is Dr. Joe Crosby. He's being such a big figure into my life, like same with Dr. Knight. Minoring in media and communication has been a blessing for me because I think if I ever needed anything, I can talk to either of them. They're more like family than just professors. You never know where the Lord is going to take you. It's just crazy to think that I'm a senior in college playing lacrosse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the SWU Sports Network Conference Carolinas. 25 seconds remaining on our lovely little countdown going into the second period. We left off 53-43, SWU down by 10. We will see within the next 20 minutes if SWU can pull off an incredible heist here of the points and take home a win. Currently leading at the half, still on top of the team, Donovan Hairston with a total of 25 as compared to Rayvon Allen, who is leading the Warriors in points with 14, followed close behind Bryson Felder with 12. And Griffin Effenberg coming out in a hoodie. Don't exactly know what that looks like, but taking his spot, it looks like will be Tyron Hollis. SWU will have possession. Felder will start out with it over to Hollis. Doing a quick little passing game, looking for Brown. Edmondson trying to get open on the inside. Still 20 seconds, so SWU has some time. Edmondson recovers the ball, looks over to Felder. Felder tries to push it in, and he's going to get the foul, and unfortunately not convert on the 2 points, 53-43. If you weren't around with us in the the first half, the Bulldogs had a pretty substantial lead throughout the game of at least 10 or more. There were a couple of times that SWU came within 9 or 8, but never any lower than that. They led the game the entire half, so the entire 20 minutes they had a time and lead. There were a couple of times that SWU went up by either 1 or 2, but then the Bulldogs took the lead back. SWU still has currently only led the team overall for 17 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, around 17, almost 18 minutes. And Rayvon Allen's going to come up here, and he's going to pop in with the first dunk of the night. Starting off SWU's momentum on a high, 47-53. What a time for Rayvon Allen to come and do something like that. And that gets SWU momentum's back up, and almost on the return is Trayvon Spencer, but SWU is going to keep on their defense, and they're going to shut that down. Tyron Hollis on the ball. He's going to try to push it up. He's going to look over, put it in for Edmondson. Edmondson's going to try to come around and do a loop, and that's not going to be able to convert. 53-47 still. And SWU staying high on the press. As we said previously, we do not know what happens in the locker rooms, but it looks like it is starting to slowly pay off for SWU. And hopefully the scoring will continue on SWU's side and SWU's way. SWU currently only down by 6, and their defense is keeping up to keep that. And ball possession will go to SWU after a little rustle from Bryson Felder and Trayvon Spencer. Or excuse me, forgot that we switched sides there for a second. So ball will stay in possession of Barton. Barton will stay up on the ball. Bring the ball down for them will be number 23, Reese McDonald, who has had himself a pretty great game so far. Not the most massive on points, but in rebounds and defense has definitely put this team at a great point. And Dyron Brown going up for a dunk, and he's just going to be a little bit off, giving Coach Hewitt a smile, and him just receiving the smile right back. But Dyron Brown will go up to the line for 2. And this could potentially put the Warriors at a 4-point deficit. First one goes in 48-53. And he'll go up for his second attempt in just a moment. And second attempt goes up, and it's good. 49-53. SWU only down now by 4. And the crowd back into it. And SWU's going to be trying to keep the high pressure on the defense. A screen coming over. From Kroom, not able to do a lot with it, but then they do end up converting for the three-pointer in the end. Made to the Bulldogs. Previous three-pointer was made by Marcus Boykin. And after those free throw attempts, SWU is now within 3 of Barton. And Dyron Brown going on a little bit of a mix-up in the defensive change, but they keep it high. And Tyron Hollis almost coming out from a steal after the ball is let loose by Boykin. Ball recovered after a great rebound from Brown. SWU's going to try to push it up. Hollis with it. Hollis is going to look inside on Edmondson. Edmondson's going to put it up for 2. 55-54. And excuse me, it looks like they are not going to be awarding those points to SWU. A foul called on the ref, so that is going to stay 55-53. SWU 3 points from tying this game with the Bulldogs. And Harrison's going to pull up, and the ref is going to call on that one. And Harrison will go up to the line. He's going to try to even this lead back out for the Bulldogs, so they will not have to work as hard to keep SWU out, and SWU will continue to have to go on their point time. And that goes to 56-52. SWU now only down by 4. Closest they have really been out of any close game right now at the entire time. Tyron Hollis gets in. He'll pop up for a three. That'll go in. And now that is going to be 56-55. SWU only down by one. SWU trying to make this work now, and that's going to be a timeout called on Barton College. And with that timeout, we will also take a timeout here up in the booth. We'll be right back. You're watching SWU Sports Network on Conference Carolina, 16-13, 56-55. SWU down by one.
Wake up and focus. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This is Southern Wesleyan University.
And welcome back into the SWU Sports Network. Barton in possession with 16:10 left. And coming back off of the points is again going to be Donovan Hairston, and he's going to put the lead up to 55-58. 3 points now by SWU. They're looking for a three to try to tie this game up. And Tyron Hollis is going to take matters into his own hands, and he's going to try to pull it up by himself, falling on top of the ball, keeping it in, and Edmonds is going to pull it up, and that is 58-57. SWU down by one. SWU now has the potential to potentially lead this game if they can keep up the defense here. SWU keeping it tight, but Hairston goes up for it, and the foul is called on Tyron Hollis. So unfortunately with that, he will go back up to the line. He's going to try to bring this lead back out again. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout called by Barton. SWU has been either 10 points or a little bit more, or a little bit less this entire game, but now 15-26. Less than 5 minutes into this second half, it is now 58-57. SWU coming out here with a very impressive locker room change, as we have seen with them in the past, where sometimes they don't always do as well in the first, but they come out here and make sure that they say, remember, you are in our house. We are not going to stop fighting you. And as it suggests in the name, they are the Warriors, and that is exactly what they're doing here. And currently, if you were watching the women's broadcast, we did have a senior recognition night. For the Warriors, there are actually no seniors on the team, only sophomore, freshmen, and juniors. So most likely everything works out right. All these guys will be coming back to play for another year. So that is always something that you love to see, especially with a team like SWU's, is that you can continue to build chemistry throughout the seasons and even in the summers when you're going to have those team practices. So always something that you like to see for that. But now we are back into action, and Hairston will go up. And ref signals for two, which will put them at 60-57 if he can convert both. He goes up for one, and he makes it no problem, 57-59. Putting SWU now down by two. And he'll make the second one 60-57. Now SWU is down by three. They'll need a three-pointer to tie it. And we will see if that is just the thing that they can do. Edmonton on top of the three-point line. He's going to find Allen. Hollis sitting one up for it. And Boykin getting a handle on it, but not able to do anything. Kirsten's going to recover the rebound for it. And Dwayne Anderson is going to drive up to make it 62-57. SWU now down by 5. Barton College keeping a tight defense on SWU, but defense also is being kept tight by SWU's side. So they're continuing to see what they can do and how well they can effectively play on both offense and defense for both sides. And that possession is going to stay with SWU, which nobody is complaining about. And a little shift change. Substituting on for Barton is going to be Sean Nelson going off and Dwayne Anderson coming back in. Did mention him a few moments ago. I may have been wrong on that name, guy, and I apologize. And Felder is going to look over, and Rayvon Allen is going to do what he does best, and he's going to pop the 2, 62-59, but he's also going to go to the line as well. And the ref signaling for 1, which will put them back in 2 points of Barton. And we will see in just a moment if that is going to be the case. And he goes up for 1, and he makes it the case. SWU only down by 2 with plenty of time left to potentially take over this game. SWU's going to stay up on defense. Boykin's going to try to come in, and he's going to look back at it, and he's going to pop that in. It's going to be 65-60. SWU down by 4. Or, excuse me, 64-60. That was definitely not a three-pointer. Excuse me. But SWU's going to try to keep it in. A little fumble, but Allen recovers. Felder's going to push it in. He's going to do a step-back 3, and that's going to go off of the rim. Crowd on their feet. And Reese McDonald is going to try to go up for a 3, and he's not going to be able to convert it, so that's going to stay 64-60. And the past 2 out of Barton's 5 points have actually been free throws, so that is always a good sign for SWU that if they can keep out of that foul range, that they do have some potential here. And Brown's going to try to go off for it and connect a screen up for Felder, and that's just going to fall short of Felder's length. And Harrison's going to pop up for a 2, and he's going to get that 66-60. SWU now down by 6. And it looks like head coach Hewitt is going to pop out a substitution for the next whistle. That's going to be Marcus Long coming on, as well as LaVince is going to pop one up, and he is going to be trying to sub in number 3, Marcus Boykin. And SWU's going to call a timeout, and they'll make their substitutions. 12:54 left, 68-60. SWU down by 8. We'll be right back here on the Conference Carolina SWU Sports Network.
Long weekends, we can spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs we can dance to. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday, so for now there's nothing more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take a
I mean, 32 points, followed by Rayvon Allen with 19. Looking around the chart for both sides, a good amount of the points from both teams has been coming out of a good amount of two-pointers, but we have had a good amount of action on the three-point line for both sides, with SWU converting a good amount of those, and the Bulldogs looking a good amount inside the two-point line, but with a couple of threes. With those, Griffin Effenberger still on the bench. We don't know if he'll make a reappearance. He might not be able to with the amount of fouls that he got in the first half, but we will see. Foul's going to be called on Barton College, and Jamal Edmondson will go for the line for 2 attempts. Good thing for SWU, may be able to bring this lead back down within 6. He'll go up for the first one. Nothing hard for him at all. We've seen him convert these many times. And he'll go up for his second, and he'll go 2 for 2 on this chance at the line. 6 points down for SWU. 4 twos or 2 threes, and that'll put them back up as long as they can keep some defense on Barton. Boykin's going to go up for a 3, and he'll convert that. That'll make it 70-62. SWU has been a lot closer in this first half of catching up with them, but if they are not careful, Barton will reestablish their 10-point or higher lead. And a bit of confusion for everyone, but it looks like it's been figured out. Barton still in possession. Caleb Reams is going to be taking it in. He's going to try to look and find somebody. He'll find Kroom. And Kroom will be at the top of the box. He's going to look back and find Hairston. Hairston's going to try to push it in, being heavily guarded by Long and Allen. And he'll try to fall back, and it's not going to be able to work. And Brown is going to hit the ball. And the ref calling a foul on him, and the head coach and assistant coach of Barton are looking at each other, and they are not in excitement at all. And it looks like they will actually be going back for the previous call on Edmondson. He will get a chance again at the free throw line for 1 for a previous foul that was not correctly called. And he will convert that 64-70. And reestablishing a 6-point deficit for SWU. And with that, SWU will also be leading in to get the ball. Marcus Long will be taking it out, most likely going to Hollis, and that it does. And Hollis is going to try to create something. He's going to find Long, pass into Brown. Brown standing on the 3-point. And it's going to come in as another foul for Jamal Edmondson, and he'll go back to the line again for 1. This could potentially put SWU down at 5. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make that, and SWU going to get it back on a quick defensive cycle. And Hairston's going to be traveling around the 3-point line, as well as he's going to find Anderson. And out on the side is Caleb Reams with no defensive measure whatsoever by SWU, and he'll pop it up for 3. 72-63 with 11 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Howell's looking out to push it here on his own, and it looks like they may call a foul again. Hollis will be going to the line. And foul will be coming off of number 3, Marcus Boykin. And SWU's going to be calling a timeout. And head coach Ron Levintz is definitely not happy about the calls. I don't think really either side at this point is happy about the calls, but they are as ref stands, so that is how it works. And with not every school in Conference Carolinas being able to use replay in basketball this season, hopefully that'll be introduced next season. But with it not being reintroduced this season, there's not really a way to challenge it, and there's no point in going back and taking time to go look back at the broadcast since the angle would not be there. So that is all fine and dandy, and the ref's call will stand as is. There are a lot of things that SWU has been trying to do differently this happened. They have been doing a lot better. They have not let Barton really pass a 7 to 8 point lead, and they are still trying to continue on the offensive side. So they will definitely be trying to keep that up, and Coach Hewitt will be trying to do his best to keep that up, as well as when Barton comes back out, keeping a tighter defense on the players and not leaving them as much as open on the three-point line as they have been doing recently. But with that being said, we'll see how that goes, and play will resume with as he wears double zeros, Tyron Hollis, a junior 6'1" forward out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And he will go up for his first, and it'll go off the backboard and plop right in. And both those attempts, or at least one of those, will be good, but SWU will remain in possession of the ball with 12 seconds left. Edmondson trying to look up, and he's going to look back for Hollis. Rayvon and Marcus Long sitting on the line, and Hollis is just going to try to take it in himself, and he's not going to be able to convert on it, and that'll go back over into the Bulldog possession, taking it down. Reese McDonald and Hairston going to be going for a layup, not able to get it. Brown's going to recover that, popping it back over to SWU. Edmondson's going to be trying to get a good look in. He's going to pass it off to Hollis. Hollis, one of the essential playmakers for SWU this year, getting some of the even simplest of plays as well as some of the most incredible plays that we've seen all season. But Hollis definitely one of the leaders stepping up on the team. And almost like Brittany Mack of the women's team saying, hey, guys, we may be down or we may be up or we may be tied, but we've still got work to do and we can still improve on things, and keeping the morale of the team high as well as the audience. And Jamal Edmondson coming up and hitting down with the tangle of Caleb Reams. And while even he fell down, getting lifted up by his teammates, he still showed great sportsmanship, and he will also be helping Reams out. Reams is actually going to be putting the ball back into play. 72-64 with 9:53 left. And he'll be looking for an open man here. And that open man was anticipated on Carson Kroom, but bouncing off of Tyron Hollis and not able to get it. Second attempt, and that will be good, going into Reese McDonald. And Reams going to try to go off for a far three, not able to get it. And Brown and Kroom will both go up for it, but it'll ultimately become SWU's ball. Tyron Hollis going to bring it up the court for one of many times tonight. Hollis going to try to take it over again, and Brown's going to shoot for three, and that's going to be a beautiful swish, and that's going to be 67-72. Bringing SWU back in 5 points. SWU definitely going to try to look and capitalize on this. Hairston going to try to push up, and they're going to call it for two on Hairston, and he's going to be going up to the line. SWU doing the best that they can to play defense but not foul at the same time. And unfortunately, some of the circumstances just do not fall in the right places we would hope sometimes. So with that, Hairston will go up to the line again. And he will come out of that 1 for 1 and expand his lead tonight to 34. 75-67 score with 9 minutes and 13 seconds left. Hollis going to be bringing it back up the court for one of many times again tonight. And SWU's going to be trying to look for some high point threes now. And unfortunately, Hewitt trying to show the ref, hey, that's a grab, but unfortunately they're not going to call it. And SWU's going to get another recovery. Hollis with the rebound, as Ravon Spencer's going to fly down on the court. And Rayvon Allen's going to come back in, get another 2 points for SWU, making it a 4-point deficit here. 75. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 75-71, but I guess they're not going to call that score, and they're okay. It's going to remain 75-69 for some reason. I don't know if there's a scoreboard operator malfunction or if the ref called that back, but I'm getting told by our producer that that score is correct, so I don't know what in the world I missed. The ball went in the net, but apparently that was not a score, so forgive me for that. And McDonald's going to look in. He's going to find Shaw. McDonald's still going to round with it, and he's going to look into Boykin, and that's going to be converted. 77-69 with 8:16 left to go. Brown with the ball again. SWU currently down by 8. Looking for a potential 2. Felder's going to fire off a 3, and that's going to go off the bench. Or excuse me, off the rim. Brown looking back for it. And Houston is going to pop the score now up to 79-69, reestablishing that 10-point deficit that we have been talking about that SWU does not want to be in. So SWU's going to look to try to lower that lead back down and get back into where they were at 3. And the ref calling it in. Looks like they may take a timeout, but it will remain with SWU. We'll be right back here after a brief break. SWU Sports Network, Conference Carolinas.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Welcome back into the beautiful SWU Sports Network of Conference Carolinas. 7:33 left. SWU currently down by 2, and Edmondson is going to revive the crowd a little bit, get some hope back up. It is now 71-79. SWU now only down by 8. If SWU wants to keep this lead, they're going to have to keep the defense, and as soon as I say it, Houston comes back up with another point. Three-pointer to be exact, and that's 82-71. Hollis with it, and Edmondson's going to look for a far-out 3. That's going to be off the backboard and not able to get enough bodies down below the net to get the rebound. And SWU back on the defensive side. Hollis went one-on-one with Reese McDonald and did not come out on the good side of that, and Reese McDonald will be going to the line. And that will be good. 1 for 1 that time. And Hollis will push it back up. 85-71 is the scoreline. And SWU will look to try for another time to get this game back going, and the ball will still be in SWU's possession. And with that, SWU is at a current 14-point deficit. And another foul called on Edmondson. And Edmondson will go to the line. And he'll get a chance to go for two. First one will be good. Currently 1 for 2. If he can make this, he'll go 2 for 2 on this attempt. And 2 for 2 it is, 85-73. 6:17 left to go. And SWU pushing up. And Effenberger will be put out again. And Effenberger heading towards the bench already, and Rayvon Allen will be coming in for him. And Boykin will go up for one. He'll make it. 86-73. 1 for 2. And he will remain 1 for 2. Shaw looking over to Boykin. And SWU gets a turnover on the ball. And Edmondson not there. And he goes down, and the ref calls it. And that'll send the Bulldogs back to the line. Boykin up several times tonight. And he'll go and make that in, 87-73. Potential to make this, and he'll go 2 for 2 on that. 15-point deficit now for SWU, the tallest or the highest of the night. 5:49 left to go in this game, and Hollis is going to try to push it back up here for SWU. And Edmondson with it, he's going to try to go for 2. Not going to make it in. SWU not able to get the rebound. Hairston going to recover it. And Trey Morgan with it. And a fadeaway 2 coming from Marcus Boykin. And that'll put it at 90-73. A lot of work as SWU's trying to come back in this one, and it's got to start now. Felder's going to go down, but he'll get the ball out into his other teammates. Hollis tries to go up for it, but he's not able to get in. Hairston going back up to the line. Hairston drives, and he'll make it in, 92-73. And 92-73 will be the score for the time being. 4:47 left in the second half of play. We'll be right back. SWU Sports Network, Conference Carolinas. welcome back into the SWU Sports Network. SWU currently down 92-73. Another score from Barton College will put them above 20. And for numerous times tonight, Donovan Hairston will go to the line. And with that, we'll be right back after a brief break. You're watching SWU Sports Network, Conference Carolinas.
Long weekends, we spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs. We get nasty. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday. So for now, there's not no more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take.
And with that, 93-73 increases a 20-point lead now to make that 21 off of Donovan Hairston. And now we'll switch gears and go over to Marcus Long on the line. And he'll go up for one, and that'll go in. 1 for 2 currently. 94-74, bringing it back down to just 20. And he'll go 2 for 2, making it 19 now. Hopefully this will be enough to resurrect the Warriors in some capacity. And Warriors will recover the rebound on that. Marcus Long is going to pop it up for 3, and he'll get the 3 for it, and that'll be 94-78. And with that point, it'll go 96-78, and Tyron House is going to try to bring this back up, and now the Warriors are within 16 with 3 minutes left. What a comeback story this would be if this did happen. But now with it, Hairston's down with it. He's going to be trying to run out as much time as he can. He's going to be looking over to Sean Nelson. Nelson's going to come for a pull-up two, not able to get it. Brown's going to come on, get the rebound, try to get a quick counterattack here. Warriors are going to be looking for a good amount of threes. And Tyron House is going to try to push it up. And he'll keep it. And foul will be called on Barton College. And SWU will remain in possession. And Barton College is going to call another timeout. 16 points within 2 minutes and 58 seconds is unlike something that I've ever seen in basketball before, but it is definitely not impossible. The Warriors will just have to be on the top of their game and see how much they can do here as to where they could potentially get this game back down. 16 points in all retrospect is not a crazy amount of points if the Warriors can keep up their defense and get some good threes going off. But with that, we'll be right back in about 30 seconds on the Conference Carolinas SWU Sports Network We will see you in just a bit. Stay with us. And welcome back on in here to the SWU Sports Network as we come back out. A quick three over from Marcus Long. Not able to get it, but Dyron Brown right behind him to make it 96-82. And SWU's going to try to stay high on defense. And Marcus Long steals it. They're going to be looking back over to Rayvon Allen, who's going to be on the side, 3 on the right. And they're going to blow it back out to Marcus Long. Warriors are going to try to do their best to make a comeback really quick. And Long's going to go out for it, not able to get it. But Dyron Brown hits it back in. Rayvon Allen for 3. And it goes a little bit off wide, but Hollis comes up with a rebound, and he'll put it up for 96-84. SWU almost back down within 10 points. 2:18 left to go. And with this, Barton College is going to have to stay on their top game to try to beat out the SWU defense right now. But SWU pressing on high and trying not to get fouls. And they're going to call it. And for I don't even know what amount of time it is, Donovan Hairston will be heading back up to the line again. And to make the first one, 97-84. I have not looked at the stats so far for him, but if it were me, I would definitely say that he is most likely their top scorer. And he'll make it for 2. That's 98-84 now. SWU down again by 14. With a minute and 52 left. Tyron Hollis comes up for a pullback 2 or a jump back 2, and he's not able to get it. Barton College going to try to run out some time, and Hairston comes up for it. And it looks like he's also going to go back to the line again for the, if I'm not mistaken, the second or third time within less than a minute. And he will indeed be going back up to the line, and with a minute and 41 seconds making his debut into this game is number 45, Martrevius Washington. And that looks like it will be the last whiff of game that Jamal Edmondson has as he heads to the bench. And right here, it looks like this will be Donovan Hairston's leading time into triple digits. And that will be leading into triple digits here as the Warriors are now down by 24. And it will continue to remain within possession of the Bulldogs. Number 23, Reese McDonald, will be the one that gets the pleasure of taking it back in for the Bulldogs. to see who he will be getting that to, and the interceptor will be Marcus Boykin, and they will give it right back to Houston. And just like that, Donovan Houston is going back to the line again. All right, excuse me, it will not be. Yes, it will be Donovan Houston going back to the line. He has scored their last 4 points off of free throws, and he'll try to make this. There he goes. From 98 to 101, all points covered by him. They'll now lead in. Can he lead them to 102? And yes, he will. That is 102 to 84 for the Bulldogs. The SWU bench not looking the happiest, but 1:35 left to go. Hollis is going to be pushing up now into the court, and he's going to try to go past him. He'll look in for two, and it'll bounce right out of the net off of the side rim, and that'll go back into Bulldog control. 1:20 left to go. McDonald's going to look in for it. He's going to find Boykin. And 6 seconds, he's going to try to push it on this. And he's going to look over onto Kroom. And it looks like foul's called on SWU. Dwayne Anderson, or excuse me, no, he will be going on the side of the offense. Carson Kroom will be going up to the line. And he'll advance it to 103. And he'll try to make it 104. And that he will almost not do, as the ball fitted a little bit with the rim, but he will get that. Now Mark Sloan's going to pull it back up for SWU with 50 seconds left on the clock. He's going to look over for Hollis. He'll find Hollis over to Matrevius Washington, and Long will go in for three, not able to get that. And Matrevius Washington will keep it in, and Hollis is going to look in. 35 seconds here. Matrevius Washington is going to go in again. And for the first time tonight, he will go up to the line for two. While the game is definitely long gone for SWU to win, the point advantage can continue to go up and lower the deficit. And he'll make that 104 to 85, potentially making this go up to 86. And he'll go for two, and that'll be 104 to 86, 32 seconds left. And Barton is going to run out as much time as they can here, or potentially even go and trying to score to increase the score. And it looks like they will most definitely run out the time, with it leaving really the Warriors with only about 2 seconds left. And 1.4 left on the clock for what SWU has left. This is going to be a half-court shot most likely from Marcus Long. We will see if he can convert on this and potentially get the Warriors up to 88. And ball will come in with 2.5 seconds. He'll go for a far out three, and that'll bounce off the rim. And that is the final 104 to 86. Barton win. And ending off the night with a high Donovan Hairston with 44 points, followed by Marcus Boykin, 21, and Reese McDonald, 7. Leading the Warriors in points, Rayvon Allen with 21, followed by Jamal Edmondson and Bryson Felder with 17 and 14. Thank you for joining us. If you have been here all day, we very much appreciate it. With the women coming off of a win versus the Barton College women's team and the men falling a good amount short, putting the men's team now at 9-10. And if I'm not mistaken, not 9-10, 6-13 for the SWU men and 14-5 for Barton College. Thank you for watching Warrior Productions, SWU Sports Network, Conference Carolinas, and we will see you for baseball next week, as this was the last game for both the men's and women's team. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. SWU Sports Network.